Overpromised is presented by DraftKings Fantasy Sports. Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code Overpromised, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Another Overpromise getting you into the weekend.
All right. Friday. Welcome to our bonus podcast, Fox Sports Radio's YouTube page, or wherever you're streaming. Thank you for being here. Hit the follow. Again, it's so hard to fit all this fun into 2 hours on Fox Sports, so it's always a pleasure to be here.
How do we do it?
Now, there was a brawl this week in the NBA, Rich. Big time brawl. Draymond Green putting people in sleeper holds. Headlocks. So who doesn't love talking about old school WWE, WWF finishing moves? We're going to get to that, plus your dope picks.
I got picks. I got a pretty risky parlay that'll pay off. We'll get to that. And a teaser bet that seems automatic, hydromatic, and what else?
Your grease lightning of picks?
Yeah, pretty automatic. So we'll get to all that coming up. But I know you wanted to talk golf.
Well,
because you're such a golfer.
I'm such a golf
You're
fan.
great at getting the ball between the windmill and the clown's nose too, right?
I get it in the clown's nose every time. I love mini golf, and I do want to enter the world of golf eventually, right? I mean, business is done there.
What are you waiting
Play
for?
with the big boys. I don't know. Someone to
Retirement
teach me
one day?
free lessons to be good out of nowhere so I can compete. I only like things I'm good at. But anyway, I feel like it needs to be more fun. I understand the getaway of it and the business involved and just getting out and being one with nature and being competitive. I get all that. But I feel like it needs to be more fun. Golf needs to loosen up a little bit.
And there's stories. Two stories
This week about golf just being allergic to fun. And both stories involve music and women. Two things that I love. So if golf is saying no to music and women, then I'm like, well, I don't know how much I love golf.
Well, I don't know if we're friends if we don't want to start with butt cheeks. So let's start with Paige Spiranac.
Yeah, Paige Spiranac is a golf influencer. She has like 4 million followers, and she posted this picture.
Yes, she did.
And she coined a term, booty cleavage. I didn't even know that that's what it was called. But I'm not complaining about this photo.
She wrote, "It's amazing the outrage this outfit is causing on Instagram. It's just a little cheeky, or booty cleavage, as I like to say." Well, I like to say it too. I think it's quite tame, and this picture is cute. I do think in the big picture, that is tame. Look at Instagram. Look at TikTok. You think that isn't tame?
It's a different time. It's a different era. I think golf needs a little sexy, right? What's wrong with that? What do we want? A bunch of old guys in funny looking pants?
That's why you need to play.
Right?
Is that why? Wait a minute. Is that why you Googled Phil Mickelson bulge?
No.
Okay.
That was for my personal reasons. But I do feel like golf needs a Happy Gilmore of sorts, an Agassi to rock and roll it up a little bit, to make it kind of cool.
Well, Tiger Woods did that for decades, but now, you know.
He was still very buttoned up, though, Tiger Woods. I mean, behind closed doors, maybe not so much, but
he was unbuttoned.
Yeah, he was unbuttoned. But again, Paige Spiranac, she's doing a lot for golf. She loves golf. This garnered like thousands of hateful comments. Thousands, bro. And it was along the lines of, this is so insulting to men.
Men?
You know, yeah. Don't toy with our golf. Like, we take our golf serious.
This has to be trolling.
Dude,
Because
this is courtesy of, like, you know, this is Fox, but it's on sports. So it's everywhere. This is a big story. So,
wow.
Yeah, people are a little
lame.
like, hey, man, that's not cool. And I'm like, well, look, I get it. You want to be tasteful. You want to be classy, but you can also be a little fun, right? It can be a little sexy. It can be a little edgy.
I will never in my life deny a nice booty. And why would anyone not be in favor of a sexy younger professional
because I think
showing
a
off
lot
her
of
booty
people
on the golf
thought
course.
it maybe went a little too far. But that's kind of what she's known for. She's making golf sexy. I'm not complaining
No,
about it.
there's other places on social media and online that you could go if you want to go too far.
Right.
This is a very playful booty cleavage shot. In fact, the way she's describing it, you would think she's like bending over, picking up the ball, and you're seeing everything. This is like a
little crack. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even think there's crack there. You see an upper thigh.
Hey, by the way, yeah, you see a hell of a lot worse on your neighbor's Instagram or your neighbor's OnlyFans.
There's a hint of crack.
There's a tiny hint. Now, I would have left the story alone, right? I wouldn't even have dove into the story if there wasn't another one. So there was another story.
Isn't that the name of a book you're working on? Hint of crack?
Hint of crack.
Like it's a picture book.
Yeah,
it's a picture book.
It's actually a poem I wrote.
I've stared at that photo for a very long time. Very long time.
So there was another story, though. There was another story this week that made me say golf needs to loosen up. If you want guys like us to say, yeah, you know what, let's go out and have some fun. Let's golf today. There was a story from Sports Illustrated. As a young writer, I got to give her props. Gabrielle Herzig. Gabrielle Herzig.
Gabrielle or
Gabrielle.
Gabrielle. Right? 24-year-old, to my knowledge, writer for SI, doing great things. But her whole take was, music does not belong on the golf course. Golf doesn't need music, and music doesn't need golf.
Well,
and I'm like, what?
Listen, there's something to be said here. Let's separate two different things. There's very casual golf courses that are open to the public, and then there's the country club where the Buxtons golf and private courses. There's a different etiquette in a private setting and a public setting. You go to a public golf course, there's like people that have never played, people that are half-assing it, people that stink, people that are loud, obnoxious, people driving golf carts where they shouldn't be driving. There's a big difference in etiquette. It's like
There's
hotels,
etiquette and everything. There's etiquette in bowling, dude. There's
Hotels,
always etiquette.
Cruise ships. There's things where you could tell there's different levels.
I get it. And again, we're not golfers, so don't take anything we're saying personally. We're just saying
you haven't been to Top Golf in years.
I haven't, right? So what we're saying is just loosen up a little bit. It's a different time. It's a different place. Who do you criticize all the time? The New York Yankees, because they still live by their no facial hair policies, right? So when young people hear these things, they're like, golf is lame. And we're saying, no, there's a lot of fun to be had. Maybe a little music's all right. But her whole stance was, it doesn't need it. And with the whole live tour thing, like golf, but louder, a lot of people aren't having it because there's so many elements involved in nature and in golf that may be interfered with if people are blasting their music. Now, we're not saying you should be bumping your bass.
I don't think when someone's about to tee off, turn down for what? Like, I don't think, I don't think that needs to be done. But
to me, you're outdoors, you're playing sports, it goes hand in hand. You don't want to be like Rodney Dangerfield and Caddyshack. Yeah, no one's saying to do this.
So what? So let's dance.
We're not saying be disruptive and piss off Ted Knight. Yeah.
No, devil.
Because we understand there's unwritten rules. But I think if you do...
The man's a menace.
The man's a menace.
Do this with a little touch of class and etiquette, you could still have music and sexy women and still have fun with your golf.
Yeah, and by the way, I also don't want to let it come across like, well, Covino and Rich, wow, of course they love ass and music. I agree with you though that
but next thing you're gonna tell me like there's no pizza allowed. I'm like, you know what? I'm not golfing.
I just, to me, it's like, I don't think we should smut up everything, but to complain about butt cheeks and music, that seems like the nerd that calls the cops on a party.
If you told me, hey, we're having a get together, but there's no music and there's no hot women, I'm like, well, I'll meet you later. And that's basically what you're telling me this past week when I'm on the verge of wanting to golf and learning so I can hang with you guys.
By the way, for the mini golf course.
You're right, though. The things that they're denying are the things that would deter you from a place if they told you that wouldn't be there.
Exactly.
Hey, we're going to have an event, but no good-looking women, and it's going to be a very quiet, no music.
Right. So, hey, loosen up, golf, just a little tiny bit. I know it's a great game. We're not trying to cheapen it up. Just saying 2 stories this week made me say,
Well, I got some picks. Oh, actually, no, stay on that pick. No, I got some picks. Overpromised with DraftKings Sportsbook. I have a parlay and a teaser. I want to start with the teaser. NFL Week 11. Can you believe it?
I
Week
can't.
11. Lucky 11.
I really can't believe that.
11-11. Make a wish. So I want to start with a 3-team 10-point teaser. Now, you could say, oh, this is unconventional. Now you're getting too cutesy, Rich, with your 3-team 10-point teaser. Because a lot of people in the gambling world are like 10-point teasers. Now you're starting to get into like sucker bet territory. But I love this bet just based on where the lines are now. You're going to play with 10 points in 3 games. But I think all 3 games are sort of locks in my bird brain. So you got the Cowboys. They're playing at Carolina. Carolina stinks. Carolina is the worst team in the NFL. The Cowboys.
Oh, the Giants are pretty bad.
No, you're right. The Giants might be the worst team in the NFL. The Cowboys are 10.5-point favorites. They're playing in Carolina. Tease that down from 10.5 to 0.5 point. You just need the Cowboys to beat Carolina. Just win. So, Cowboys, just win. Check. The Niners are at home against the Bucs. You saw the Niners healthy. As Colin said, stars attract stars. As Colin Cowherd said, when the Niners are healthy, and I agree with him, they might be the best team in the NFL, hands down.
Yeah.
They're healthy. They're playing at home against the Bucs. Yo, much respect to Baker Mayfield, but this is an L, my dude. This is an L on the Bucs schedule. The Niners are 12-point favorites. Make this 2 points. So you take the Niners down to -2. Now the Lions are playing the Bears in Detroit. The Bears, some would argue, Garbaggio. They got some moments here and there, but the Lions are a 9-point favorite. I don't even care. It would turn it into +1. You just need 3 power teams to win, essentially.
Okay.
Niners, Cowboys, Lions. Lock that up. 3-team, 10-point teaser. On paper, it seems pretty freaking good, right?
I like it.
Cowboys just need to beat the Carolina Panthers. Lions just need to beat the Bears. And the Niners at home need to beat the Bucs by a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
Lock that up. That's your teaser bet. Your parlay. I like the parlay too. It's 4 teams, so you're getting risky. But a hundo pays out over 800. Wow. So 100 pays over 800. We'll start with Seattle. The Seahawks, who are staying right in that NFC wild card, maybe even division race with the Niners. They're tied at 6-3 with the Niners. They're playing at the Rams. Now, Stafford's not banged up anymore, but the Seattle Seahawks are a better team, if you ask me. So I like Seattle to go on the road, because at the Rams, is that really a home field, considering like half the stadium will be Seattle fans?
Yeah.
So Seattle, money line, just win the game.
Okay.
The Texans are playing Arizona. Arizona got Kyler back, but the Texans look good. We talked about the Texans being a team that could have a great surge right now into the playoffs, possibly.
They're hot.
So CJ Stroud beating Arizona, money line. I like that. It's in Houston. The Chargers at Green Bay. Yo, the Chargers need to win. If they win, they're 5-5. The Chargers can't lose again. I don't know how their coach keeps his job. Justin Herbert, if you can't beat Jordan Love, come on. So I like the Chargers money line. And the final one, we're going to be at the game.
I was waiting for that.
Now, you might say, oh, dude, we're in Denver. Russell Wilson's looking good. I feel like I'm rolling with the Dobbs Magic. They're underdogs, but I'm going money line on the Vikings. So these 4 teams just need to win.
And we just talked about it on Wednesday's Overpromised. Dobbs is the feel-good story of the year.
So go with that 4-team parlay. Seattle, Minnesota, Houston, and the Chargers. And that's, like I said, hundo pays about 800. So there's your teaser. There's your parlay. Thank you, DraftKings Sportsbook. Our code Overpromised will get you hooked up.
Can you believe we're this deep into the NFL season? We got to make every second count.
Yeah.
With DraftKings Sportsbook, you can make the most out of every game day. Bet on your favorite teams for a shot at winning big bucks. New customers can score $150 instantly in bonus bets for betting 5 on any matchup.
So get in on the action. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the app right now and use our code Overpromised. New customers can score $150 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 on the NFL. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code code Overpromised. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In West Virginia, visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net. Please play responsibly. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, must be 21 or older in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms.
The more I look at that teaser, I love it.
Because you're the man.
I love it.
Rich Davis, everybody.
Cowboys, Lions, and Niners just need to all win. Niners by a field goal. Like, to me, that's golden, boy. That's golden right there, baby. DraftKings Sportsbook.
Who are you, De La Hoya, bro?
All right,
golden boy.
Let's move along. I get so excited about football. I really do.
Thank you. Welcome back to
I'm
Overpromised.
sticking with golf.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Maybe he's right. Maybe you're right, Spotty boy.
We got to get into this brawl this week. There was a good brawl in the NBA, and I love a great fight. I love a nice hiney, but I love a nice fight, man. Look at that.
There it is.
Oh. Melee. Golden State Warriors and the Timberwolves. We talked about it on our Fox Sports radio show. NBA fights are second only to MLB. It's MLB, NBA, then NHL because, again, they're
expected.
It's expected. They're the better fighters and
in
better
football,
fights.
it's just ridiculous because people are punching dudes in the helmet.
Right.
Yeah, so by far, baseball then basketball.
So Klay Thompson and Jaden McDaniels, they go at it. Draymond Green comes in. He has Gobert in a sleeper hold, essentially, a headlock. And you know what? At first, Rich, I was like, Gobert wasn't even really doing anything, but he kind of was. He was messing with people too. So, yeah, when you look back,
This other angle, yeah, look at that.
you see that he was involved too. And since we discussed it on Fox Sports Radio, they finally came down with the punishments. Draymond Green, 5 games for unsportsmanlike, dangerous manner. So 5 games, and Klay Thompson, McDaniels, and Gobert all fined $25,000 each.
I think Draymond just got him back for touching all those microphones during COVID 3 years ago.
You know what? I don't think any of us forget that. I always remember that. He was like the start of COVID for sure. So maybe that's karma. He deserves a little
Patient
headlock.
zero, Rudy Gobert.
But at first, I was like, man, Draymond Green, and I guess everyone agreed because he got suspended 5 games. He was like overly aggressive there with the headlock sleeper
There he
hold.
is. Touch all the mics. Go
I
ahead,
know.
Rudy.
And maybe that is payback for that.
Thank you.
But he essentially put him in an old school wrestling move.
Of course. Vince McMahon would approve.
Right.
Bobby the Brain Heenan, Gorilla Monsoon, rest in peace, they would approve. So it made us think, when you think old school wrestling, because we love to reminisce, and you know what the best school is sometimes? The old school. So when I say best old school finishing moves, what comes to mind for you?
Well, finishing moves for me?
Not in the bedroom. I'm talking wrestling. I'm talking wrestling, everybody. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Personally, I always liked when the honky tonk man would come out and he just start crushing people with the
But that
guitar.
was after what? The shake, rattle,
Right,
and roll.
the shake, rattle, and roll. But that doesn't make our top 5. Rich is a wrestling guru. So we're going to break it down. And the DDT definitely comes to mind.
Oh, Jake the Snake Roberts, when he pulled the DDT, that was a badass move. And Jake the Snake Roberts was pretty cool. I mean, we accepted the fact that he had a mustache and long hair because he had a cool snake.
I also accepted that my dad had a mustache and long hair, so who was I to judge him?
Dad?
But
No, it's Jake the Snake.
legendary finishing move a la Draymond Green with the sleeper hold in that melee. What about Macho's elbow? Oh, there's my dad.
There's your dad. Or is that Ravishing Rick Rude?
Is that my dad or Yanni? I can't tell. Or an old school wrestler. Is that Eckersley? I'm confused.
Macho Man Randy Savage, not only because he was one of the best personalities in wrestling history, the cream will rise to the top. 360, 180, like everything he said. I'm so proud of myself. Macho with that elbow. When he hit you with that elbow off the top rope with authority,
Yeah. And by the way,
that shit was good.
we reaped all the benefits of these amazing moments, but they really put their bodies through a lot.
Yeah, I think we grew up in the
Look at that.
best wrestling time when all these gimmicks were out of control. It was still on the come up. You know, obviously wrestling's bigger than ever now, but I love the old school stuff. Number 3, a little later. Now we're going 90s. Mm-hmm. You love this theme song. He's just a sexy boy. Sexy
Sexy boy.
Shawn Michaels with that sweet chin music. And I'll tell you, I always wondered how they fake this. I know wrestling's not fake. It's, they're still athletes. But he would get that boot right under the chin, and you would hear the
but it requires
slap.
You would. It requires extreme athleticism for sure. There's no debating that. There is debating, however, are these in your top 5 finishing moves of all time? Because wrestling fans, they have their opinions. They have their favorites. So feel free to share. You may disagree. That's fine.
Yeah, at Covino and Rich.
Everyone's entitled to their wrong opinions because these are the top ones.
Well, listen, the Hulkster was the best wrestler of our childhood.
Yeah.
But let's be truthful. The big leg
that was
the weakest ass final move. The thing was, you know what Hogan did? He would Hulk up, brother. And then
it was more theatrical.
At that point, it was like, all right, he freaking won.
Right.
But the big leg, weak sauce,
It was weak. It was weak.
But, it was a badass move. And it was a generation where I was in college. So I was more worried about girls than wrestling. But you can't not mention Stone Cold Steve Austin with the stunner. That shit was fire every time. The crowd would go nuts. After he would do the stunner in like a promo, what would always happen? The glass breaking music.
Oh, yeah.
Crowd goes nuts. So Stone Cold Steve Austin.
The Stone Cold Stunner in at number 2 and coming in at number 1.
This is special to me only because I feel like it's very Draymond Green-like. Because Draymond put that chokehold very much like Ted DiBiase's $1 Million Dream. And the reason I bring it up,
everybody's got a price.
It was less about the move. It was more about
the humiliation.
The humiliation afterwards. Think about it. Brutus the Barber Beefcake would shave your head. Terry Funk would brand you. Jake the Snake would throw a snake on you. They always had these after moves. Yeah. I always thought Ted DiBiase, degrading and humiliating, would put $100 bill in the guy's mouth and shove it in.
So the $1 Million Dream is the number 1. Now, today, again.
Think about it, by the way. Shoving a $100 bill in a guy's mouth and then slapping his face.
Yeah, humiliating. Then again, when you watch this, Draymond Green pulls him back
by the neck.
This may be the new number 1. For 7 seconds, someone counted it down. Like, that was pretty aggressive. That's why he got unsportsmanlike, dangerous, in a dangerous manner, 5-game suspension. But today's wrestling moves, whole new level where the rhythm is the bass and the bass is the treble, because you got to see what Logan Paul's doing nowadays. And you're like, yeah, the things that we were excited about pale in comparison to his frog splash or the spring shot lariat and all these crazy athletic moves that we're seeing today. And the next level of athleticism we're getting.
What was Draymond saying to him? Like, I got you, mother.
I'll put you to sleep. I don't know.
Like,
I'm going to put you to sleep.
See Draymond talking while he's doing it. Well, hey, like you said, 5 games
singing him
suspension.
a lullaby or something.
Everyone was talking about it this week, so it got us thinking about some old school stuff. And if you ever miss anything, all these Overpromised episodes live on the Fox Sports Radio YouTube page, and all our picks, you can see that on at Covino and Rich, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. We'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the Overpromised land.
Yeah.